Okay, we went live, and look at that, 1682. We're going up on crypto, which is good. $16.6 is the 24-hour high. Hello and good morning. Welcome to Nay's Garden. We are live.
Stephen
Running.
Hi.
Hi, Stephen Running is here. Of course. Stephen Running is here. Hey, Steve. The sound should be okay, but I don't know. So let me just see what the microphone sounds like really quick here.
Billy Valentine.
Hi, Stephen Running is here.
Morning.
Of course.
Joe H.
Stephen Running is
Good
here.
morning, Ney. I count more BTC at 15,890.
Good morning. I caught more Bitcoin at 15,890. Wow, bro. That's awesome. I'd love to buy some more Bitcoin at 15,890, man. It's just I've got so much expenses coming up, man. I've got a lot of things coming up, and I just can't do it right now. I'd love to, because I know this is the time to do it, and I'm supposed to put myself out to do it. And at the same time, it's like, man, I need to pay for some things, man, as they come up. I got to pay my taxes at the end of the year and shit. It's a big freaking payment I got to come up with. So I got to start saving now for it. And I'd love to throw it all into crypto. If crypto is just moving upwards, and then I could at least justify it. But it's moving downwards right now, so it's just... I think the timing is wrong for me. So I've already did most of my purchasing a few weeks ago. For fucking $4,000, dude. That truck is only worth $4,000. Are you kidding me? That car is worth its weight in gold today because it runs perfectly. You know, and used cars, man, are where it's at. These new cars suck. That car, I'm not selling it, man, because it's a perfect car. You know? It's I'm not selling that. Fuck that shit. Just for what? For fucking $4,000 of crypto? Sell a fucking great car like that? It's just not worth it.
Billy Valentine.
Everything's doing, nothing's coming in. It's grind time.
Everything is doing, nothing is coming in.
I'm just gonna lay back and just sit on my cash for a while. I gotta let cash sit in the bank until I pay off some checks to the IRS when they come through, and then, you know, come February or so, I'll start playing again. But I have to be serious, or, you know, if I get a windfall suddenly, which could happen, you know, but I doubt it.
Idea. I wouldn't sell that Escalade for even 10K in crypto.
Aaron, did you hear what I said? The vehicle is only worth $4,000, bro. Did you not hear me? The car is only worth, you know, if you look it up on Blue Book, it's probably $4,000 or $5,000 tops. You know, what a fucking waste of money that was for me. I paid so much money for that fucking truck. Holy shit. I didn't learn my lesson. Then I went again, got another one, you know, a new vehicle. I should have never done that. These are just bad decisions. Actually, you should only buy a used vehicle. You should never buy a brand new vehicle. You know, get a really good one. There's some, you know, go watch, Kilmer. I can't think of his first name, but go watch fucking Kilmer on YouTube, and go find out the cars that you can buy, you know, and the trucks that are great.
I know I'm saying it's worth more to you than what is its Blue Booking cut.
Oh, you wouldn't sell the Escalade for even 10,000 crowns. I got you now. Oh, I got you. Right. Same here. Okay, I totally agree with you, Aaron. Right. I agree with you. I wouldn't sell it. You'd have to give me, like, you give me $25,000 worth of Bitcoin. Okay, maybe I'll consider it. You know, I wouldn't even sell that truck for a whole Bitcoin, which is what right now, $16,000. I wouldn't. I know it's a good deal, and you probably find another one cheaper, but I'm not. It's not. I don't. I want to do the footwork, and I know that car because I drove that car. I'm the only owner of that car. You know, so I know everything it's been through.
And I own a 2021 ROG Z drives itself. Z2006 is better.
2 coins, yeah. 2 coins. Yeah. 30. I take 32K in Bitcoin, and I'll give you my fucking Escalade. Sure. Let's do it. I'll take it. I'm not. I mean, I'm smart, but I'm not stupid. So that was a funny way to put that one. So there's a lot of things to talk about this morning. We've got plenty of stuff, and I did retweet some of them so I would know what to talk about this morning. But I don't see my retweets yet.
Mr. Blue 313 текст-фин.
I don't see
Morning.
It must have been on another channel. Oh, LGBTQ are greater than pigs. Look no further than the facts, folks. That was a good tweet. I put that up at Truthier News. If you guys are following Truthier, then you'd see that tweet. So there was a shooter in a gay bar, and a couple of the patrons grabbed the dude that had the gun and put an end to the violence.
Good morning.
You know, they did more, untrained bar patrons did more than a whole school full of fucking pigs in Texas that were too fucking much of a bunch of pussies to do anything. You know, it's funny how LGBTQ people have kind of been painted as, you know, not as brave as other people, and yet they just proved all of the world wrong yesterday, didn't they? When they stopped that shooting with their bare hands. Huh. Heard they beat the guy with his own gun. That's one of my tricks. That's what I do. I grab your gun and I beat you with it. That's what I've done it before. You know, and I wouldn't hesitate to do it again. And I've always told you guys, if you're ever in one of these situations, just go fucking attack the motherfucker. He's never going to expect it. That's what I did. You can do it too. You know? Someone thinks they have a gun, no one's going to fuck with them. Well, hey, dude, as soon as you run at them and they miss you, you're going to win that fight. Are you taking a risk? Yeah. Are you probably going to get killed anyway if you do nothing? Yeah, most likely. You're probably going to get killed anyway. No, you might as well just take the fucking chance. These people did, and now they're heroes. Now everyone's going to know their names, and they're going to be interviewed all over the world. They're going to probably start their own brands, and you're probably going to be wearing clothes with their names on it. You know, in a few years. I wouldn't be surprised they have their own TV shows. Movies are made about them. They open up their own restaurant chain. You know, start their own social media platform. Who knows what they'll do? That's what being a hero gets you, though. And I highly recommend that everybody out there that that wonders what you do in a situation like that, just do the right thing, man. You know, do the right thing. You know, it's just like what Joe H is telling me with crypto. It's like, now's the time to buy. And I'm like, I don't want to do it, but I'm making a big mistake. I tell you, now's the time to jump that gunman and take his ass out. You didn't want to do it. I know it feels wrong, but at the same time, you catch one, you know, and you don't want to catch a bullet. So, I mean, even if it's not for you, you could just, you know, try to sacrifice yourself to save everybody else. Be a fucking hero, man. Be a hero, don't be a zero, because I'm sure there were plenty of zeros in that club that did nothing. You know, I'm sure there were more than 2 able-bodied people in there, and it probably would have been gone over quicker and better and smoother if more people had joined in, but there were only 2 people brave enough to do something about it. If you see someone shooting a gun wildly in a club and you're not shot yet, that's opportunity knocking for you.
Billy Valentine. And you already took a whole magazine to the torso.
Well, bro, if you already have, it's too late, man. And at that point, you know, this discussion doesn't do you any good. Once you're shot, you're shot. All I'm saying is I've been in that situation. 3 people actually with guns versus me. So I'm alive. I'm here talking about it right now with you guys. So just understand, you can survive from a situation. Like, people think you're never going to come out alive from that. Well, I'm here to tell you, I did. You know, I only wish I had this body and this physique when it happened to me back then, because I wouldn't have just won that fight. I probably would have murdered all 3 of those guys too with these guns. But I had very skinny arms when I was 27 years old. You know, I was nothing to look at, really. I was very slight.
At this
little
point,
guy.
you'd have more lock-buying magic beans with a cover.
But I fought, man. But I fought. Even as lanky as I fought those motherfuckers. You guys would have been proud of me.
Joe H. Billy. Nitram Kings. Hello.
Hey, man, like I said, it's better than just laying there and taking it laying down. You know? Just don't, hey, Nathan, it's better than just laying there and taking it, man. So these situations are happening more and more. Chances are it might happen to one of us. You guys need to be mentally prepared for that shit. You know, and all I'm telling you is there is recourse. You can get up and you can do something about it. Those people did. They didn't take bullets to their torso, right? They're alive. They're alive to talk about it. They're alive to be heroes today and enjoy their fame and their stardom that they've just discovered.
Nitram Kings. Airgre.
You know, if I was one of those guys, I'd be out here like, I'd be on CNN today. I'd be like, I did a zebra snap and a whistle circle on that motherfucker. You should have seen me. I went Sammy Davis Jr. tap dance on that motherfucker. You should have seen me. I want to see that interview so bad. I want to see the two gay guys, man, so bad. And then I want to shame Uvalde Police Department all day. These two gay guys are way tougher than any of you fucking bulletproof vest wearing, you know, AR-15 carrying, fucking whatever else fucking protections you have, boys in blue, fucking the blue thin blue line fucking protecting you, whatever the fuck than you ever wished you were, even in your wettest of dreams. You're probably a pussy in your dreams too, motherfucker. I tell that to every Uvalde police fucking punk bitch pig. And I'd be like, these two gay guys, yeah, they're way better than you'll ever be. And I want to tell Donald Trump, and I want to tell Ron DeSantis, and I want to tell every Ron DeSantis supporter and every Donald Trump supporter out there too. These gay people are stronger than your men and women of law enforcement, than your Leos that just sit there and do nothing because they're a bunch of pussies. The gay community has more of a spine than the boys in blue. You know, what the fuck do we even need police for? Let's get a bunch of LGBTQ people to protect us. They don't even need guns. They're like superheroes, man. Cops with guns didn't do anything while children were getting slaughtered. So, if you think I made a good point, you can make a clip of that and you can share it on social media for me, or you could share a link to this video around right now. I'd really appreciate that. Bring some more people in to hear the truths I am telling. Oh my God, I wish Nikki was here, because I did go and she sent me a link in Discord to that guy's video talking shit about me and her.
And I am a bisexual.
He was very careful not to talk too much shit about me. I just want to say that. He was very careful. He called me old man, and he said that I didn't contribute much to the conversation, but, you know, he railroaded the whole goddamn conversation. There was nothing really to say. And plus I was polite and gave him his platform, gave him his opportunity to speak. And if he was going to try to convince me of anything, sure, go ahead and tell me about all the incidents of violence from Russia throughout the years. Try to convince me. And I let him speak. And by the end of the conversation, I still took his legs out from underneath him. I didn't agree with anything that he said. Yeah, I mean, except, of course, I agree. I believe facts, but I agree that makes you that gives you permission to do war on another country. And by the time I explained all that, it only took me less than 60 seconds, while he spent 2 hours blah 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 blah. And if you watch that and you listen to the entire 2-hour shit show, which is what it was called, literally political shit show, you're going to find out that I really did kick his ass with very little effort. It didn't take much to take all the air out of that kid's tires. The people who agreed with him didn't listen to what I said. They just ignored me when I spoke. Because I read the chat.
Or he was. Check instantly tower auf ECS on sleeves.
I told Chuck Norris where he was. Chuck Norris. That's hilarious. I fucking get it. I get it, because you said that guy looked like a bad guy from a Chuck Norris. Dude, that joke took a long time to circle around, bro. That is a hell of a walk to get to a punchline. I like it. I like long jokes, and I like when Bitcoin pierces the 16,100 mark. That makes me happy too. That's growth, which is why we're here. We're growing, right? We want to experience growth, right? Cool. Anyway, what I was going to say was Nikki gave me a link to that guy's video, and I went and I watched it, what he was talking shit about me and her just a little bit. But it's the way he can't keep his hands off of his hair is hilarious. He keeps doing this with his hair. Oh, and I just think it's funny. You know, he's so focused on that. I used to like go like this with my hair. I'd take it and play with it a little bit, but his whole thing is like, it's fun to watch. But it surprises me how popular that guy is on Twitch, because I did go see his chat was rocking, guys, and my chat, very little chat, so to speak, whenever I do a live stream. But his live stream on Twitch, man, I don't know how many people were watching, but his chat was scrolling, man. He called me a nobody, basically. He said nobody knows who that guy is. He's going to go back to his corner of the internet when nobody watches. True. You know, I'm like, is that your cut down, bro? You're going to tell me you're just going to state facts that I'm already aware of? That's it? I fucking destroyed you. I don't even need to debate you ever again. I destroyed you. Go back, listen to what I said to him, watch his reaction. When he finally shut the fuck up, he shut his fat fucking mouth, and he had to listen to me for 1 minute, and he had no response. He just kept talking about what he was talking about before. He's like, I can't address that, because that guy will destroy me. Now I'm going to go talk shit about him and hope that my fans don't see him for as fucking badass as a motherfucker as he is. Yeah. Yeah. You know? Showing his fucking tattoo. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part. He was showing his tattoo at the end, because I was so high. He was showing his tattoo at the end of the thing, trying to act like a badass and shit. He's like, yeah, my audience wanted me to show you my tattoo, so here it is. And it's like the stupidest looking tattoo that I've ever seen. It looks like he did it himself on his back in a mirror. It's horrible and funny and pathetic. But as proud as he was of his little tattoo, you know, as proud as he was of himself for having a tattoo, you know, I'll give him that. Okay, great. You got a nice tat, buddy. Nice tattoo there. Oh, did you make a clip? Oh, thank you for that, bud. Thank you for that. I'm getting ready to smoke here. This bowl was clogged last night. I was really struggling to pull through it, and I didn't unclog it because I was lazy. I just struggled with it. You might notice those bong hits I was taking last night. I was just like working and working and working to get them through, you know.
Billy Valentine. Man fuck that guy. What was ECS tattoo? A picture of one of ECS hairs.
Do you guys want to see the tattoo?
Sharp eyebrow.
It's freaking hilarious. She sent me that on Discord, so let me pull up. But then it came up on Twitch right now. Wait. No. Discord. Nikki. Oh, I lost her now. I don't know
Big
where she is.
83. Nope.
I lost her. Wait. What? Where are my friends at? Direct messages. Oh, here we go. Do you know? Okay, here it is. Okay.
Now things have escalated to an unbelievable degree. We've now seen bombs in Poland. We are the world's at ease with these things and that war about who is right, who is wrong. With where we are right now, Russia versus Ukraine, where do y'all really stand on this war? How do you feel? Bye, guys.
Thanks, Alexa.
How do you get debate people? Oh, well, look.
Discussion. Come and talk to me. I enjoyed it a lot. I like everybody here, so it's good to see everyone, and hopefully we'll talk again soon.
All right, Ginger.
He does sound like
again,
Malkovich.
I feel
it's funny.
like Russia has no business being in Ukraine, regardless of Ukraine's history on themselves. If they're a sovereign nation, Russia needs to stay away. I am Ginger Rama. You can find me at twitch.tv/GingerRama. I do cosplay, panels, and video gaming.
Alrighty.
That little boy, yeah, he's a politics dude.
Yeah, don't bother looking for me on Twitter or anything. It's dead anyway. You know, even beyond that, unfollow everybody here. And people don't understand. This never came out, right? But like, I'm the people that are pro-Russia, where you're like anti-America specifically. Like, I'm with you, right? But I'm so past where you're at right now. I've come all the way around the other side.
This makes no sense.
Mexico. I want America to be Mexico again. All right, it's my greatest dream. I think Mexico should end.
The guy is just a shit talker and makes no sense. And what he was saying, I've come all the way around full circle, and I think America should be Mexico again. Shut up, dude. You're an idiot. You know, really?
And that's why I can sympathize with Russia wanting to form borders. But this is just one of those things where I'm like, no, go fuck yourself. Take a javelin.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I saved the man who fought them all off and got all the questions. Dylan Burns.
I mean, I think people know my position on this. I don't think we should only continue to send weapons and supplies to Ukraine. We should be sending more than we're sending currently. We should be sending longer range missiles. We should be sending more anti-air power, definitely to stop the Russian terror campaign against Ukrainian electricity, which is actually what caused...
See, this guy's asking for something he's not going to get, because if we did that, we would end the war, and we don't want to end the war, and he doesn't realize that. Because he's a little boy, and he doesn't understand that the military-industrial complex is fucking evil. And he thinks that we're like all Captain Americas over here. So he's a little boy and he doesn't understand that. It's fucking hilarious. I just love the ignorance out of this guy.
Of Ukraine's power centers, and they weren't freezing, then maybe Ukraine wouldn't be in such a desperate position that they'd be using 50-year-old Soviet air defense systems to fire them out of the sky. At every single point, Russia's pushed this conflict forward. Whether it was when they, through economic coercion, tried to force Viktor Yanukovych to go back on his promise on entering the association agreement, whether it was their invasion of Crimea, where they were lying about it the whole time, whether it was
This was the moment that we were all signing off and just promoting ourselves, and he takes it to go right back into the debate again, and you can see all of us just rolling our eyes, just like disgusted by this moron's clown show, you know?
Sending FSB agents into Ukraine, or sending weapons.
Look at Non-Smoker.
The shooting down of
Non-Smoker's like,
or them lying about their troops on the border and eventually doing this invasion and levering Mariupol to the ground. And the behavior they've engaged in is incredible.
Look at Non-Smoker. He hooked his mic up and he was going to try to say something. He's going to like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like he didn't say he wanted to.
Incredibly disgusting, but it was also immoral for them to invade in the first place. They're in a...
And dude, Slotsky saw that and started laughing. He saw Non-Smoker, picked up his mic, and he started laughing about it. That's great. Look at me. I'm looking up and I'm just shaking my head like this, bro. This guy's a freaking joke. I can't. He's like an Alex Jones. He's like you or Donald Trump. You like ask yourself, how does he have so many people that worship him? What is the? I don't get the attraction there. He's just some kid that fucking spouts a lot of bullshit.
They have no right to be in, and the sooner they leave, the sooner this conflict ends. Them leaving Ukraine is not going to lead to Stefan Bandera rising from the grave, going to Moscow and killing all the Muscovites. It's not going to happen. And despite no matter how much Russian state TV tells you the trans, homo, gay, queer Nazis are coming for you, it's just not happening.
Look, you see me, I just go, wow.
For me to like show my tattoo just to get like a reaction. So like anybody can like see that. It has a little Z on it. What?
You guys see the tat? You guys want to see this horrible freaking tattoo? Oh my God! Now, I know you thought I was joking when I said it was like the worst tattoo I've ever seen. It literally looks like a pretzel wrapped around a skull. It looks like someone took a pretzel and wrapped it around a skull, but it's only half a skull, and it's more of a pretzel. You guys see the pretzel at the bottom?
James Morgel. What is it?
What is it? It's a pretzel wrapped around a freaking skull. It looks like a pretzel coming out of a skull. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's horrible. It's a horrible tattoo. You know, a horrible tattoo is one that when you look at it, you don't know what it is because the art is so bad.
WTF is that so?
You guys, here, I'll zoom in on it. I'll zoom in on it so we can all have a good laugh. Here, check this out. You guys want a good laugh? There you go. There's his amazing tattoo. Is that supposed to be a feather penetrating out of the skull? Is that a feather? I mean, that's a pretzel. That's totally a fucking pretzel below. There's a pretzel. Wow. Hey, man, nice skull pretzel is, I guess...
Billy Ballantine.
Good morning.
Одну in art if you have to explain it.
Rule 1 in art if you have to explain it. Oh, right?
James Margell. Year.
What a fucking joke. Dude, if I get a tattoo anywhere on my body, it's going to be awesome. You guys are going to like it. You guys are going to be like, that's a badass fucking tat. This guy's a fucking hilarious joke of a child. I mean, I think his biggest mistake there was trusting the tattoo artist, whoever it was. But you know, if you want, you can hear a little bit of shit he talks about me.
It's like two skulls and
it's at the very end, and it is on this video. It's very like, he just calls me old man. He calls her a woman. He's like, who's that woman? That old man. He's like, they didn't contribute at all. It's like, we didn't want to contribute to your bullshit, dude. I don't need to argue with someone. Hey, guess what, Dylan? You're beneath me. I don't punch down. You're beneath me, and I don't punch down, bro. You're beneath me mentally. So I don't fucking punch down. You know, I kind of take it easy on the people who have a hard time processing information.
High functioning autism makes a person outgoing and obsessive about particular subjects, making you end up in important positions like chess. It also makes you fidget. Some not there hit or sway back and forth. This guy is textbook. Mr. Blue 313 Sest Fin. Tat. James Margell.
Top of the hour.
Cheers, everyone.
It is time to smoke. It is top of the hour. No, it's not top of the hour. Who said top of the hour? Dude, how dare you say top of the hour to me? Are we doing early top of the hour? Are we doing late top of the hour? Is that what we're doing? Okay, top of the hour. Top of the hour. Late. 17 minutes. No law regarding cannabis. I like that. I like it. Top of the hour. Cheers. I'm going to smoke now. I'm reversing this. I'm ambidextrous, luckily, so I'm going to switch over here so you guys can see the activity here.
Big Merc 83.
You made a clip? All right, do any of you guys want to hear the guy talking shit about me, or do you want me to move on to the next story? I think I'm going to just move on. Nobody answered my question. There's a clip that Adam made. Did you send it to Nate's Garden? Yes. Worst tat ever.
Yeah.
What a fucking joke. Dude,
Yes, I do.
Tattoo anywhere on my body, it's going to be awesome. I'm going to send this to Nikki. That's a badass fucking tat. This guy's a fucking hilarious joke of a child. Nikichka was trusting the tattoo artist, whoever it was.
Yeah.
What a fucking non-smoker. Dude, if I get a tattoo anywhere on my body, it's going to be awesome. Schlotsky. You guys are going to like it. You guys are going to be like, that's a badass fucking tat. This guy's a fucking hilarious. I'll be right back, guys. What's up, Carl?
Big Merc 83. Хих. Nitron Kings. If you're happy and you know Shari Yomits.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. All right. What are we looking at here?
Billy Ballantine. I only tattoo myself.
Only I can.
It's impossible for a second party to perfect your own thoughts.
Nikki already.
Only I can.
Adam, Nikki already saw your clip, bro. She's on Twitter right now, man. She's probably watching the video as we speak. I love it. I'm out of coffee, man. Makes me sad and unhappy. So, I said, okay, Nathan King says, yes, I do. He's the only person who said it. All right, so since one of you answered me and said, yeah, you want to hear the shit talking.
Look at it. It has a little Z on it. It's like a little Z.
Here's the
Z skull.
Here's the
My
shit
God.
talking.
It's pretty based tattoo. Anyway, you guys have a good one. You can give me a Dylan Burns TV. You can also find me, I don't know, at your local CIA headquarters. Monitoring your notifications.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone coming. Like I said, I'm Queen Alexa. I run the Play Bullshit Show, discord.gg/Play Bullshit Show. Come join us. Thank you all for coming. Get the fuck out of my VC. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Queen Alexa.
Queen Alexa, how do you get to bait people? Oh, well, it looks like it ended there. So, okay, boys, what do you guys think of that?
Okay, here he talks for a little bit, and then he starts talking about us.
How'd I do?
Billy Ballantine.
How did I?
What a narcissistic penis hole.
Well, he's 20 years old.
How do
Yeah.
we activate this?
You got to remember that. Yeah,
Discord?
definitely cut him slack for being 20.
Hey, look, guys, it's Saturday and I'm streaming. Isn't that incredible? Oh, it's incredible. It's a miracle. A miracle, I say.
Sounds like me.
I don't think I can get this this cam link working. There we go. I think now we can get it. Nope, guess not. You know what we can do instead? How about tiny little webcam? We get that working.
He's gonna call Queen Alexa up on the
what a pointless discussion
on a message
what
line.
Garbage all around. But hey, a lot of you guys say you don't like garbage, but then you eat it up. You eat it up. You eat it up. Also, Yankee Tanky, unable unable to talk the...
Let's stop right there. Garbage, it's hilarious. He calls him speaking for 2 hours straight garbage, because that's all it was him speaking the whole time. And then he comes back and says it was all garbage, but you guys want to listen to garbage. Isn't that funny? He literally calls his own rhetoric garbage. If you go there and you say, you like put each of our names down in a list and put them in order of who said the most words, he's at the top of that list. So it was his show, his shit show, with his moderator covering his ass that, oh, by the way, he's buddies with, and you're going to see.
The whole debate, because of how terrified.
Because he's going to call him at the end of, he's going to call him right now.
Shaking in his boots. My goodness. My goodness. I don't know. People treat me like I'm bloodthirsty by saying, hey.
Look, and you know, let's talk about what he's saying about this other guy, because I cut that off. I want you to hear that. Listen to what he's saying about the dude who is obviously having, him and I smoked out before him and this guy he's talking about, him and I smoked out before the fucking thing started.
Guys say you don't like garbage, but then you eat it up.
Listen to this.
You eat it up. You eat it up. Also, Yankee Tanky, unable to talk the whole debate because of how terrified, how much he was shaking in his boots.
Okay, so let's just stop right there. That's gaslighting, and it's bullshit, because I was there. And those of you who saw it, you know what happened to Yankee Tanky. He had a horrible connection. Nobody could hear his mic. He was trying to talk. We could see him trying to talk. We could hear him chiming in every once in a while, and Alexa muted him. So this guy trying to say that Yankee Tanky was shaking his boots and scared to say anything to him, that's him gaslighting his audience. That's some fucking, he's just straight up lying to try to convince people that, you know, of something that's untrue. He's just going to straight lie to your face.
My goodness. My goodness. I don't know. People treat me like I'm bloodthirsty by...
Yeah, and he was talking over everyone.
Oh yeah, he talked to everyone the whole time. Yeah, he's a rude little cunt, isn't he? He's a rude little cunt.
Saying, hey, Russia should leave Ukraine. It's insane. It's insane how skewed it is, you know? Good job, but I think you downplayed Russian interference in the Donbass and not pushed back enough. Eternal civil war. Yeah, I tried to mention it at the end, but it is what it is.
Russian interference in the Donbass. What about American interference in the Donbass? What about us paying money for the shelling of the Donbass ethnic Russians, dude? What are you even fucking talking about?
Anyone that says that people displaced don't get to vote, point out how pro-Israel that is. Amen. No Palestinian should be able to vote on the future of the West Bank. No Palestinian. That's the new rule, I guess. That's the new rule. Ah! DMs. Was anything in there important? No, they were all bad. This is Danabo begging me to leave this debate. Dylan is like, hello? Oh. Let me call Alexa quick. Can I let me call Alexa quick. I want to get Alexa's back. Alexa!
Whoa.
How did you get these people? Who are these people?
Okay, I can actually explain this.
Okay, wasn't that weird? Like, all of you heard Alexa come in and say, yo, everyone heard that, right? And then he goes, oh, wait, let me call Alexa really quick. What kind of bullshit does he think he's putting over on people? Like, he's just a straight up liar. He just lies about things that are literally right there in his audience's faces. He's not joking around. He's literally like trying to lie and say that he's calling the guy. Isn't that weird? You want to hear that again? It's weird, isn't it? Here, listen to this.
Point out how pro-Israel that is. Amen. No Palestinian should be able to vote on the future of the West Bank. No Palestinian. That's the new rule, I guess.
Here it comes.
That's the new.
He's like, let's check the DMs.
Ah! DMs. Was anything in there important? No, they were all bad.
Here it is.
This is Danabo begging me to leave this debate. Dylan is like, hello?
Dylan.
Steven Roning. Like a Goodman.
You hear him go, Dylan. Like H.A. Goodman? I don't know. But did you hear this guy go, yo, Dylan? And now he's going to go.
Oh. Let me call Alexa quick. Can I?
Now he goes, let me call Alexa quick. Isn't that weird?
Let me call Alexa quick. I want to get Alexa's back. Alexa!
Whoa.
How did you get these people? Who are these people?
Okay, I can actually explain this.
Okay,
so,
let me turn the camera so people can see
I put an announcement,
Okay, so Alexa, the moderator who was muting me and muting Yankee Tanky and muting Schlotsky, and never muted that motherfucker ever, right? Who spoke over everyone the whole time. They're buddies. He was buddies with the fucking moderator. Nice, huh? Now, I do believe that I was warned this before I went in, and I can't remember if it was Yankee Tanky who told me or it may have been Nikki. Somebody made it to my attention that the moderator is in with the guy who's the most popular dude in there, and I was like, okay, whatever, I didn't really think about it, but it literally did play into that guy's favor. He literally was muting us. You guys can see the microphone icons come up on our screens when that guy muted us, if you go back and watch.
Fuck, I don't know, like a week ago. Like, hey, I need pro-Russia people. Anyone know any? And Non-Smoker was like, I got you. And he just all of a sudden was like, for all of these things.
He was going to call scumbags.
I heard, then him saying he was going to call scumbags. Well.
He's okay? I was like, yes, they are okay. And that's how I got him. So, Non-Smoker got me all of the pro-Russia people. He just,
all of them.
Gave me all of them. All of them.
That woman, too.
That woman.
Yes.
The woman and the old guy.
Yes.
The old guy. They were particularly bad. They're not only in the last...
I was particularly bad because I shamed him and I made him feel this big when I spoke to him. I was particularly bad because I heard his fee-fees. That's hilarious. Go on.
Contribution, but just lack of substance.
yeah, they're fucking
really. I packed more substance than you had in your entire argument into less than 2 minutes of airtime that took you literally 120 minutes to pontificate your substance. And I could concise mine down into about the size of a tweet, dude. You need to grow up, son.
Right. I wish Yankee Tanky's mic was better.
How do you cite...
For him, it's just the person who spoke the most wins, That's literally what he thinks a debate is.
Cheers.
Oh, I spoke the most, so I won. Go back and suck mommy's titty, says Nathan.
And then not know the context for the quote.
That shit was so... Dude, I was laughing so fucking hard. When I muted him and unmuted him and he was still mid-yelling, I just killed me. That was just like the end of it. I just died.
Yeah, you muted Schlotsky, and he was still yelling when you unmuted him because he didn't realize he had been muted. But, you never muted the guy who was speaking over every time Schlotsky tried to say something. You never muted him. Moderator.
Oh,
my God. Jesus.
Holy
fuck, man. It's the only way you can get them is you gotta find their little hobgoblin holes that they all hide in. Just find the one person that'll get you all the connects with all the crazies.
So you hear that? Did you hear that? So we're the crazies and we're the hobgoblins and we're in that corner of the internet. Did you hear that? You hear it's so veiled, the way he does it. He's pretty crafty for a 20-year-old. I'll give him that. But he's not fooling anybody. I mean, I'm hearing his words. You know what I mean?
It's like getting, hooked into a heart, right? It's like it's not.
He's a right wizard.
He's everyone's
water.
Hey, Josh, no longer going to cannabis. Cheers.
Exactly. And now with infrared and all painful and all them being banned, I can't get them anymore because they're banned off Twitch, right? So it's we're all kind of running out of it. And Non-Smoker, I guess, just has this last little niche of them. He has the last breeding kind of pro-Russia people.
Dude, I know what I did when I asked why do you hate Nazis? When I asked that question, I was watching to see the reaction, just seeing the narrative.
That's trolling. That's called trolling. And yeah, we did react. I was one of them, and I rolled my eyes. Because it was a non sequitur, and it was just him being a douchebag. To troll, and he's literally admitting that he was trolling the whole goddamn, we're trying to have a panel discussion, and he's being a little troll cunt bitch.
What they were going to do. Because I think you saw what I was doing there, right?
So yeah, trolling.
The reason you hate Nazis is the same reason I do, which is why if you're trying to denazify a country, this is a bad idea to use Nazi. And instead it was what do you like? How dare you ask me a question? It was impossible to engage with them as a person. It was only just a checkpoint. It was just no, it wasn't. What he said there is if you're trying to denazify a region,
the worst way to do it is by using Nazis to do it.
Troll under the bridge.
He looks like a little troll under a bridge.
It was just a dialogue tree. I was talking to dialogue tree people. It felt like.
I don't know who Slatsky is, but holy shit, that guy's nuts. But I want him more.
You want him more? Do you ever worry
Yeah.
if you say these types of things about the people you bring on publicly? Like, if you're openly like, that guy's fucking stupid, like, they'll just not come back?
I could care fucking less.
Because, like, as a debate host, I was always, like, after I would hug somebody on, they'd say the dumbest shit in the world. I'd have to be there, like, you know, he held his own. And I have to pretend that this person isn't actually, like, a mental case.
Look, I don't sell anything that I'm not, right? I say what I think. I say what comes to my mind. That guy's a fucking retard. Bum on the platform more.
Well, you know, I support the mentally disabled. Is your argument?
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
Okay.
I do too.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. If you got more in the future, ask me. My community seems to hate it but love it. You know how these types of debates are. They're like, I fucking hate listening to these people. But then they still hate watch it, right? They still hate watch it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
we're hate watching it. We're hate watching it right now.
You want to show me how
Congratulations, you fucking troll bitch. We're hate watching you.
Keep me in the loop.
I hope a lot of people hate watch my show too.
You as well, Dylan.
Okay, see you later. Bye.
They're gonna have a much harder time calling me out on my bullshit than calling him out on his. I challenge someone to hate watch me and fucking and do an actual call out on me and try to call me out on my bullshit. I challenge anybody to fucking do that. Now he just signs off right here, goes to a black screen.
Dylan Burns TV on YouTube. Go subscribe, go support me. Dylan Burns TV on Patreon. Dylan Burns 776 on Twitter. Dylan Burns Live for my second channel for double daily uploads. Go check all that stuff out.
And as much as a douchebag as he was, I'll still be the bigger man and let him promote on my platform. There you go. But, you know, the old guy and the woman destroyed him. First, we need to get that where where Nikki brings up that he's not well versed in what he was talking about. He says he accuses her of calling him stupid, and then he calls her something. I think he fucking calls her name, and then I think I reacted. And I haven't seen that yet. I haven't gone back and watched that. I don't know where it is.
Let me guess to some real hard Ukraine flag wavers. Came in a little late in that debate as well as today's show.
Yes, he supports what he said was that America's not putting enough support into Ukraine. He's like, we need to go in there and just destroy Russia. That's his narrative. And
BBC Williams.
My answer is, bro, if America wanted to go in there and destroy Russia, they would go in there and destroy Russia. They did it to Iraq, and they could do it to Russia. The reason they don't is because it's a business, and he doesn't understand that. He doesn't understand that they don't want to finish this off. I mean, Biden literally laid that fucking gauntlet down like a fucking idiot. Who does that? Who lays shit down like that, like Biden did? This is what we're going to do, and this is what we're not going to do. Why are you even saying that publicly, you idiot? You know, you're supposed to be the leader of the free world, and you're giving out the frickin' the family's recipe secret to everybody? What are you doing? You don't have to say that shit. And then what you do is you set a precedent for yourself, and you have to follow it. And your enemy knows that supposedly you're going to stay within this stupid box that you've painted yourself into. Adam, that's you. That's you, buddy. My mom's like, why does the world hate Jews so much? You want to talk about the current world? You want to talk about right now? because we could talk about right now if you want to, and I'll explain it to you. I mean, you want to talk about the past and history and shit, you know, and talk about spilled milk. We could talk about that. But you want to know, I tried to explain it to my mom. Because you want to know why people hate the Jews today. You want to know why people have a problem with Israel today. And why there's a lot of accusations of anti-Semitism everywhere. Well, I'll tell you why, Mom. It's very simple. There's a lot more information out there today for people to see how Israel behaves with the Palestinians. There's a lot of cell phone footage. And Palestinians don't have access to all these high-tech production, you know, for making videos and shit. And you end up seeing a lot of harsh reality coming out of that region. And when people get exposed to that, they realize that these fucking gladiators, Israel, are brutalizing these people that have nothing, and they're keeping the water controlled, the power controlled, their ability to travel controlled. It never ends, and it gets worse and worse and worse. Now they're taking bulldozers and they're bulldozing over. They're letting people throw stones at their homes. You know, we see all kinds of fucking videos. They're murdering children. You know, they're sniping people in large groups that are in a peaceful protest. They're murdering journalists, Mom, right? So you want to understand why people are angry. It's not necessarily because Israel does these things. It's because Israel does these things and your fucking mainstream media refuses to report on any of it. So you have no idea what's going on. Those of us that are on Twitter, we follow some Palestinian folks. We get to see some of those uploads. We get to see some of those, the evidence to understand that, you know, there's two, and my mom's like, there's two sides to every story. There's two sides to every story. And I was like, and everyone on Twitter knows that now too, Mom. There's two sides to every story. You know, and we can see it all. And you can't. You have no idea what we see. And when I try to tell you what we see, you say that's all bullshit, or this is that, or blah, blah, blah. You know what I made my mom watch? When they attacked those men that were carrying that coffin. That's one of the greatest examples. And you know what she said? They were throwing stones. And I said, while they were carrying a coffin? Those guys that got beat, that had both their arms carrying a coffin, and the coffin almost dropped to the ground. Those guys were throwing stones, Mom? Silence. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Of course you don't. You know? You go expose yourself to the other side of an argument. You know? Go look at the fucking video. I challenge you. I changed my mind. I used to be on the other side of that. I fucking changed my. You can go back to my first podcast. You're going to hear me talking shit. And then you're going to be able to say, wow, you did. You changed your whole perspective on that, bro. I'll be like, yeah, I did.
Stephen Roning. I also thought that.
It took a guy named Scottish Steve to make me see it, too. Because he stopped being friends with me over it. And it made me look at his side of it. And he still doesn't talk to me to this day. But he made me a better person. And he's got one of Rogan's brothers, which is cool as fuck too. Scottish Steve helped me build my grow that I got evicted for in my first home in California. Scottish Steve. He had robot arms. You guys might remember the robot arms Scottish Steve had in that one video I put up on YouTube for my cell phone. That was pretty funny. No. You guys aren't talking to me. I'm talking to you and you're not talking to me. Why is that? You guys want to tell me what's wrong? You guys not like me when I get this high? Is that the problem? Do I scare you? You won't even talk to me. Nobody's in Rumble talking to me. There's only 12 of you on the show. Well, it is Monday. I do understand that. 3 people watching on Rumble. Thank you for watching on Rumble. Feel free to follow the channel and see if you can chat in the chat.
Was there any more insight as to who did the planned attack?
No, they know. It was a Ukrainian. It was a Ukrainian missile.
Billy Ballantine. Don't remember Robert Arms.
Scottish Steve.
But I do remember.
You don't remember the robot arms? I'm sad, bro. Billy, I'm sad. And now I'm going on a hunt.
Steven Ronning. 5:44 I am here.
5:44 a.m.
Hello, Trinity reporting in.
Good stuff. Trendy.
Hello, Trinity reporting in.
Good stuff. Trendy.
This war ends when you stop supporting it. I was a little chubby back then. When I was a little heavier. I remember when I was living in that house. I was letting it go, even though I did have my my speed bag set up inside there, but I was letting it go, man. Dude, is Bitcoin gonna hit 16.2? I do not know. Weird. This war ends when you stop supporting it.
William Kapman. The war ends when you stop supporting it is right. It's the money, the MTF cares. Merichan Banksmake. Hello.
Hello.
Billy Ballantine.
Hello.
I hate this. It's 25 degrees outside and I can't get it over 65 in my house.
Rogue is laying down.
William Kapman. Big who for the dog and a big BPX for me brother. William Kapman. Bucks. Merichan Banksmake. Do you think it's time to let go and let God? Billy Ballantine. I got the fire raging and a fan blowing there around the house, but the stone cool city back down. Don't live in a castle. Live in a Auvergne instead.
This is AP, man. We should probably cover this.
William Koopman. Give the Nova strong cannabis and we have peace.
William man, what's up, Coop? All right, here we go. Let's cover this. U.S. moves to shield Saudi crown prince in journalist killing. This is from November 18th. So it's 3 or 4 days ago, all right? 3 days ago. Biden administration says Saudi crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's, I can't get rid of this, huh? High office should shield him from a lawsuit over his role in the killing of U.S.-based journalists, making a turnaround from Joe Biden's passionate campaign trail denunciations of the prince over the brutal slayings. So you see the hypocrisy. So Joe Biden,
William Koopman. Koopman равно Байман.
In his speeches to get elected, when he was campaigning and become president of the United States, he was calling this guy out, right? He was going to address it. He wasn't going to let him off the hook.
Stephen Roning. Have to protect petrodollar.
Wow, man. Dude, I don't even want to read that. I just read this. I don't even want to read it out loud. It's sad. You guys can pause that in the future. Go back and read it if you want. The U.S. government's finding of immunity for the Prince Mohammed, sometimes known as MBS, is non-binding, and a judge will ultimately decide whether to grant immunity. But it angered rights activists and risked blowback from Democratic lawmakers. The U.S. move came as Saudi Arabia has stepped up imprisonment and other retaliation against peaceful critics at home and abroad, and has cut oil production, a move seen as undercutting efforts by the United States and its allies to punish Russia for its war in Ukraine. The State Department on Thursday called the administration's call to shield the Saudi crown prince from the U.S. courts in Khashoggi's 2018 killing purely illegal what is that? Determination. I'm sorry. A purely illegal determination. It cited what it called long-standing precedent. The State Department. Right? Oh, it's purely illegal determination. Despite its recommendation to the court, the State Department said in its filing late Thursday that it takes no view of the merits of the present suit and reiterates its unequivocal condemnation of the heinous murder of Jamal Khashoggi. Saudi officials killed Khashoggi at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. They're believed to have dismembered him, although his remains have never been found. The U.S. intelligence community concluded Saudi Arabia's crown prince had approved the killing of the widely known and respected journalist who had written critically of Prince Mohammed's harsh ways of silencing of those he considered rivals or critics. Okay, the Biden administration statement Thursday noted visa restrictions and other penalties that it had meted out to lower-ranking Saudi officials in the death. You know, they punished them. They sanctioned them, you know. From the earliest days of this administration, the United States government has expressed its grave concerns regarding Saudi agents' responsibility for Jamal Khashoggi's murder. The State Department said its statement did not mention the Crown Prince's own alleged role. How convenient. Biden, as a Democratic presidential candidate, vowed to make a pariah out of Saudi rulers over the 2018 killing of Khashoggi. I think it was a flat-out murder, Biden said in 2019 CNN town hall as a candidate. I think we should have nailed it at that. I publicly said at the time we should treat it that way, and there should be consequences relating to how we deal with that power. He said, we have nailed it as that. My bad. But Biden, as president, sought to ease tensions with the kingdom, including bumping fists with Prince Mohammed on a July trip to the kingdom as the U.S. works to persuade Saudi Arabia to undo a series of cuts in oil production. Explain shit liberating like I'm 5. Now, there were 2 photographs there, but they've been moved. One was of Trump getting the dude to play golf. The other one was the fist bump between Biden and the prince they're talking
Billy Valentine. Tinder is for rookies. Go to Facebook Marketplace. Search for wedding dresses. You have a list of recently divorced females. From there, you can filter by size.
Or engagement rings. Go find engagement rings for sale. I mean, you might as well include that in your search too, right, Billy? Khashoggi's fiance and Dawn sued the Crown Prince. It sounds like I'm sorry. I know this is serious, but I have to make a joke. Khashoggi's fiance and Dawn. It sounds like a band, like Tony Orlando and Dawn. Khashoggi's fiance and Dawn. I'm sorry. Oh, is that okay that I did that? I mean, maybe Adam could that for me. I'd appreciate it.
Good man, good. Finally made it to the stream.
Good man, good.
James McGill.
Welcome to the show.
Cheers, Steven.
All right, here we go. Khashoggi's fiance and Dawn sued the Crown Prince, his top aides, and others in Washington federal court over their alleged roles in Khashoggi's killing. Saudi Arabia says the prince had no direct role in the slaying. It's beyond ironic that President Biden has single-handedly assured MBS can escape accountability when it was President Biden who promised the American people he would do everything to hold him accountable, the head of Dawn, Sarah Lee Whitson, said in a statement using the prince's acronym. Biden in February 2021 had ruled out the U.S. government imposing punishment on Prince Mohammed, killing on himself in the killing of Khashoggi, a resident of the Washington area. Biden speaking after he authorized release of a declassified version of the intelligence community's findings on Prince Mohammed's role in the killing, argued at the time there was no precedent for the U.S. to move against the leader of a strategic partner. The U.S. military long has safeguarded Saudi Arabia from external enemies in exchange for Saudi Arabia keeping global oil markets afloat. It's a capitulation of Saudi pressure tactics. Yeah, whatever. You know, of course it is. You know, the Biden administration also had the option of not stating an opinion either way. And they chose to have an opinion, right? They didn't have to say anything. That's what's up. There you go. I'm glad we got that far through the article to see that, because there you go. Why say anything? It's like I said before. Yo, Biden, why say anything about where you're going to draw the line at war with Russia? We won't do this. We'll stop at this. We're not going to fund this. Who are you telling this to? You moron. You're an idiot. Somebody needs to pull his fucking, you know, he needs to get fired, bitch. Sovereign immunity concept rooted in international law. The states and their officials are protected from some legal proceedings in other foreign states' domestic courts. Upholding concept of sovereign immunity helps ensure that American leaders, in turn, don't have to worry about being hauled in foreign courts to face lawsuits in other countries. Ah, yeah, you don't want to get Barack Obama or George Bush or Donald Trump or any president, Joe Biden, charged with war crimes that they are guilty of. Yeah, that would be a bad thing. So that's why they got that. And if it works for our president, then it works for the Saudi prince too. You know, sovereign immunity. Because, you know, people in power are absolved of any responsibility for anything that they do. Never held responsible. Blah, blah, blah. That's the end of it. I cut through the bullshit for you. But you get the gist of it, and fuck those guys.
Big Merc 83.
Thank you, Merc. I want to see these clips.
Steven Roning. All in power, enjoy that.
Khashoggi's fiance and Dawn sued the crown prince. It sounds like I'm sorry. I know this is serious, but I have to make a joke. Khashoggi's fiance and Dawn. It sounds like a band, like Tony Orlando and Dawn. Khashoggi's fiance and Dawn. Khashoggi's fiance and Dawn sued the crown prince. It sounds like I'm sorry.
I apologize before I say it. I know I'm gonna have to apologize for this, so let me just do it now. I'm just gonna apologize before I say this. I'm sorry. I gotta say this. I'm not gonna. I don't. You know. You don't let a good joke go. Ask Billy. You don't let a good joke go, man. You don't.
Billy Ballantine. Steven Roning is distant cousins with Christopher Walken.
And Schlotsky is distant cousins with John Malkovich.
Steven Roning. LOL. Good man, good. I have joke you like.
Man, I have joke you like too. You're blocked. How about that? You like my joke? I think my joke's better than your joke.
Big Merc 83. Nis, can you tell me about the rabbits again?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Big Merc 83. You said Malkovich and I thought about the actor from the movie of Mice and Men. George, can you tell me about the rabbits again?
So there is a report that the video cam footage is out of the Pelosi incident with the hammer, and that Paul Pelosi did open the door. This is what this report claims. Paul Pelosi opened the door and walked back to the intruder instead of going outside and getting behind the police. The guy must be freaking off his rocker. You know, maybe he's got dementia or something. You know, why you would choose to do that? Somebody is attacking you in your home. The police show up. You open the door for the police. The guy's standing back a few feet. You go back and stand next to that guy? What's wrong with him? It seems like he's demented. So we'll see if that's the actual truth. I don't know what this report is from. This could be anything. It says NBCBayArea.com. So I'll go check it out myself. NBCBayArea.com. Dude, it's real. All right. Holy shit, dude. Breaking news, man.
Alaska Airlines is still frontrunner for most caring airline.
Breaking news.
You did some of your own research, right?
Breaking news, guys. I'm bringing you breaking news, man. This is crazy. This is from NBCBayArea.com, man. Legitimate.
Billy Ballantine.
I think it's a legitimate site.
Well, it depends what the attacker tells you. If I said if you run outside, it be back for everyone.
The attack
He might
on
be
Paul
inclined
Pelosi,
to
the
listen.
husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Our investigative team looked into why state and federal prosecutors each describe one specific detail of the police response differently. Senior investigative reporter Begad Shaban has been checking with his sources to try and clear it up. He joins us now, and you've got some answers, Begad.
Well, Jess, this all has to do with the moments, seconds, really, just before Paul Pelosi was struck in the head with a hammer inside his San Francisco home. Now, there continues to be contradicting accounts of a relatively simple question. Who opened the door that night when San Francisco police arrived to the Pelosi house?
Wow.
Now, the Department of Justice says the two officers opened the door. That's according to a federal indictment filed earlier this week. But the San Francisco District Attorney's Office, in another court document that was filed earlier this month, said Mr. Pelosi opened the door with his left hand. So the question is,
I opened the door and it said bloom, 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 bloom.
What really happened? According to a source familiar with the investigation who personally watched the police body camera footage from that night, officers knocked on the door of the Pelosi home, then backed away. And the video clearly shows Paul Pelosi open the door with his left hand, just like what was noted in the documents filed by the DA's office. Now, also in the DA docs, the source video shows officers having a brief conversation with Pelosi and David DePape, that's the man accused of breaking into the Pelosi home, before DePape starts beating Pelosi with a hammer. We reached out to the Department of Justice for an explanation on its differing account of this seemingly innocuous issue of who opened the door, but so far we have not heard back. However, I did get to ask San Francisco DA Brooke Jenkins directly about another issue many people are wondering about earlier this week, based on her office's account of Paul Pelosi opening the door. The case has certainly garnered a fair share of conspiracy theories about what actually happened that night. As part of your investigation, are you able to shed any light as to why Paul Pelosi didn't run out of the house towards police officers when he was able to actually open the door for them when they arrived?
What I'm not able to do is to speculate or try to place my opinions on why someone acted the way they did in any case. All we have is what happened. Everybody reacts to situations differently, and he will one day need to explain, right, to potentially a jury why he did what he did and what thought process was going on in his mind. But certainly we know that all victims of crime respond very differently under the stress of the situation, and I don't think it's fair for us to place what we believe, Monday morning quarterbacking. All right, Begad, I got to ask you this because, I mean, in the end, does it really even matter whether he opened the door or the guy opened the door or the police opened the door? I mean, how does that change the scenario if you move away just conspiracy theories?
Yeah, I mean, the reality
I guess it kind of matters because someone's fucking lying. You know, that's why it fucking matters.
I don't trust a word she says.
No, those two police officers know who opened the door. They had the body cam footage, but they were there. They had to fill out a report. Now, if their report said anything other than Paul Pelosi opened that door and then he ran towards that guy, there needs to be a question as to why that's not in the police report. You know? It's weird.
Yes, right now, Jess, we have no reason to believe that it matters at all. And
it does matter.
Source who has seen the police body cam
Listen to how they're covering it.
Understand why.
It's like they're trying to protect the Pelosi's. Oh, we don't see why this would matter at all. We're going to try to paint a narrative. Why are you giving opinion, dude? Just report the facts. Okay? You got body cam footage. We can all see what happened. Now shut the fuck up. How about that?
Investigators wrote that officers because they say the video shows officers didn't. But when two police agencies give slightly different accounts of what happened in this kind of high-profile case like this one, it just feeds into conspiracy theories, and that's what we're seeing right now on social media. People inventing crazy stories based on something as simple as who actually opened the door.
Yes, and in a situation, I mean, Brooke Jenkins said there, in a situation like that, when so many things are happening, it is chaotic for the victim. So let's put all that aside. Thank you, Big Ad.
Huh. Vigil, lots of vigils being held.
Billy Valentine. At that point he would be doing all that Tucker tells him to. It's been in 8,000 movies. Cop snack, bad guy says act natural. Им спецлатин кто?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's just, dude, I think the old man just is not thinking clearly. The only other thing I could think of was maybe he thought Nancy Pelosi might be standing on the other side of that door with those police, so he was trying to protect his wife. It's the only thing I can think of, which would be a legitimate answer. And it wouldn't just be a legitimate answer. It's what I probably think may have been going on inside his head. So, whatever. I think the point here isn't whatever was going on inside his head. Billy is not really the issue here.
Freeman. I think she is trying to fake news the media to create pulpit string pulling.
Isn't it funny when people just ignore you because you say dumb shit? Isn't that just funny? Yeah, the point here is that information wasn't made available to the public immediately. They had the video cam footage. They know who opened the door. That door said boom, bloom, bloom.
Maybe he left HES sleepers in the shutter.
Whatever the reason, we were lied to, and that's the story here. And that guy on the news trying to say that there's a nothing burger there. No, we're being lied to as the public, and it's your job to get that truth. So just tell us the truth and stop with the opinion and trying to cover up, as to why you thought, there's nothing to see here, folks. We're just reporting this, but there's no reason for you to worry that the police lied to you again, about leadership. Whatever. Look, I've had enough of me. I love you guys. I will see you guys in the afternoon show. Follow me on Twitter. I'm at Truthier News. I'm at Nays Garden. I'm at Crypto Cult 420. I'm at Nays Garden Show. Check out those 4 channels on Twitter because that's where I'll be when I'm not here. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye. And remember, if you can't get enough of me on this podcast, you can always go back and watch some of my other shows on any of my other channels. There's like 30 channels. They're going to have a hard time deleting me off the internet.